Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm just going to show you how to tie the Joey mackerel zonker pattern that featured in my last video. That done really well, which surprised me. I originally bought this because I was going to get into fly fishing for bass, although this probably isn't a great material for salt water, but I just thought it was cool being a mackerel theme. The white, blue and black bars from Blonde Buzzard, but then I just thought I'd whack it on for the trout and see what happened, and defying ecosystems, they wanted the Joey mackerel. I'm gonna use white uni thread 8 for the body. I've got pearl tinsel rib, Blonde Buzzard again. I have some Kindale ice dubbing for the collar, although I didn't use this in the original fly, but I feel like this will be really good just behind the gold head. To rib the body, I've got some really fine gold wire, and let's get started. So in the vise, I have a long shank size 10 barbless with a heavy bead, 4mm tungsten. Gives it that extra weight and more erratic movement when you're pulling this fly through. Dives a lot faster. So I'm just going to come down with this white. To where you'd imagine the barb. About there. Snap off my excess. Take the zonker strip. Again, I like to just run my fingers through this. There can be a lot of excess for just to tidy up. So ideally I'm looking for a 1.5 hook length of skin further back than the hook, so you just measure it manually like this. It's about right. I'm going to make a parting now to tie on the zonker fur. It's always easier to wet your fingers, pull that fur back and just lay it on top there. I'm going to give it one loose just to catch it in, and then just comb around tightly now and secure that in. Like so. That's good. Bring your zonker back, put it in the spring, get out of the way. I'm going to give about 5 wraps behind here. Just tuck that in. Right, that's the back of the zonker in. So now I'm going to start with my body. I'm just going to put my rib wire in first and get out of the way, because that's coming over last. So up and under, pull tight, and then wrap this to the edge, just in front of your zonker skin. Okay, that's in. Come back loosely, and we're going to now put in a strand of the UV. Because I've got a white thread body, this will actually shine through a little bit on that UV. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that the whole hook is white. Tight turns, don't reveal any hook. I want that to be completely white. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to come in with my UV, just find the edge, loose turn, and then when you come back down to the base, and then back up again, behind the eye. Now we're going to do tight turns with this, touching turns. What I'm going to do is, I like to have the body a bit thicker, so I'm going to give it 2 wraps up and down, 3 in total, up, down and back again. Just wet that and get that back out of the way. Oops. That's the problem with when you use a whole zonker strip. It's brilliant for no waste and not selling you short, but it can get in the way. So just build that body up now. I use this as a body as when you see a mackerel belly, it's white and it's got the pearl through it in the sunlight. I thought this would reflect it quite well, represent it quite well. Right, that's good enough. So I'm gonna just cast that rib in and cut away. Secure that in. And then I'm going to come with my gold rib. Sorry, this zonker's been annoying tonight. And then just rib it up about the same distance apart. I find if you go at one pace and you don't stop, you tend to just naturally have them spaced out equally. So I'm going to give that a good 5 turns. Pull on the line, it'll snap at the base. Perfect. So that is in. I'm also just going to give this a coat of varnish to solidify it and give it that extra reflection, shine in the light. Just going to go over there, really light layer. Just like that. Just going to quickly dry that with UV. This plane needs new batteries now anyway. Just dry it. I'm not trying to seal it like a buzz. I just want it to dry so I can then continue with the pattern. Okay, let's try with that. So then we're going to come over in the pull so it's in line with the top of the body. And come over, do that again. Take a bit more fur off. I like to leave a little overhang on the front. It looks a lot neater than finishing it over the gold head. Always leave a little bit of fur over the front. So that's in. Make sure it stays on top of your hook, not to the side. Give it a few wraps. When you've got it tight enough in, go a couple of times behind the head. And I'm going to cut this as close as I can. Best to do with Stanley, but I can get a pretty close cut with curved scissors. And then we're just going to seal that in now over that skin. Great, still a bit of excess fur in this. It should be fine. And then we're going to finish the tie with the UV sparkly dubbing. Lovely stuff, this. Don't need too much. Just over that final part. Just push it back if you want into the fly. I'm going to do a 3-knot knot here, just a little bit of varnish to seal them knots. And there we have it. That's a small little Joey Mackerel themed zonker that surprisingly the trout really like. So they would do well in our waters here in Wales if they could survive the salt, but not if we bring the mackerel to them. Just going to show you. You've got the UV body there, matched with that ice dubbing collar. Obviously the mackerel pattern on the back. If I just wet that, you should see it come through like so. So if you watch my latest fishing video, you'll see me using this. I was even using this on a sink tip floating line and they were hitting it on a long leader. So definitely a little experimental fly to tie for yourselves and try it in your waters. I hope you enjoyed the tie, guys. Make sure you make some for yourself. If you liked it, like the video, comment below if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the page if you want any more. Alright guys, cheers, see you next time.